I did a projector comparison a year or so ago, but I wanted to do an updated one, specifically with short throw projectors. And so I've got 4 different ones that I want to look at and compare. And then I might be able to get my hands on another one this year too that we can throw in the mix. But I wanted to get these 4 up on the house with same video, so we could look at brightness, color, as well as the details. So we're going to look at a couple different projectors. This first one's a ViewSonic 3400 lumens. It's not a 1080p. It's something else, 1024 by 768, I think. So we're going to look at that one, and we're going to look at my Optoma EH412ST. This is the main one that I've been using on my house. And then we've got a couple of the entry-level LUXEDOs, and they both have different resolution, so the specs are a little different. So I threw 2 of those in the mix, and we'll see what that looks like. And a note with LUXEDO: this is their entry-level one that we're looking at. It's the one that looks like this. Since they had this on their website, they're coming out with some new stuff too that looks pretty cool. Like they have one called the Lux Omni, which is everything they had before minus the projector. And then to help boost up the resolution and the brightness on the projector, then they partnered with Optoma. So you can get the LUXEDO system with your own projector, or you can get it packaged with some of these Optomas. And so I'm not able to test that now, but just to know that's an option, and that the one that we're looking at today is still kind of their first generation entry-level one. So let's throw them all in the house and see how it looks. All right, first we're going to look at the brightness and colors between the 4 different projectors. So this first one is the ViewSonic, and this is a 1024 by 768 resolution and 3400 lumen. So there's the brightness on that one. And then next up we'll look at one of 2 LUXEDOs. This first one is the same resolution as this one, so it's 1024 by 768. And here's the LUXEDO, first of 2 LUXEDOs. And it might be hard to pick up on the camera, but this is, I would say, less bright than the ViewSonic. And the lumens on this LUXEDO is in the 3000s. I don't remember exactly what it is. I think it's 3800 lumens, I think. And this is without their brightness setting. They have a setting within the software that can brighten it up. And we could probably do, this is the ViewSonic, and there's the LUXEDO. So bright enough for this house. The ViewSonic's still probably brighter. Let's go to the next step up for LUXEDO. Okay, this is the second LUXEDO, and it's 1200 by 800. 1280 by 800 is the resolution, and this one looks like it's more like a 3800 lumen. This is closer to the ViewSonic. Colors are looking good. And then let's look lastly at the Optoma, because that's the one that's the highest resolution and the brightest. It's got 4000 lumens. Let's see how that looks. And here is Optoma. 4000 lumens, 1080p, so it's a 1920 by 1080. And it's a little tough to tell the difference just between the cameras, between the different ones. Let's see if I can get side by side a little quicker here. Sorry for the crazy movement. Like that would be the LUXEDO number 2 overlaid with the Optoma. So that's LUXEDO. And there's the Optoma. I don't notice a whole lot of difference. So that would make sense if this LUXEDO is 3800 and this is 4000, because there's not a whole lot of difference in brightness that I can tell. So next thing we're going to look at is resolution, though. I'm going to get close to the house and we'll be able to look at the individual pixels, the little squares, and see how the resolution is for each of these. Alright, LUXEDO number 1. We're going to walk close here and look at the size of the pixels. So when you get close enough on these, you see the squares. Those are the individual pixels. So if this one being 1024 by 768, you'd have 1024 of these squares widthwise and 768 for height. And up this close is where having a higher resolution would lead to better detail, because you can have smaller squares. You can have more squares for the image. So looking at some of those bubbles, get a little pixelation. Although it's hard to tell when you get back far enough. So any of these projectors would do, because there the bubbles look just fine. Alright, let's pick a reference point though so you can tell how big the squares are. We'll use my outlet here. There you can see how many pixels there are in relation to the outlet. Now let's look at the ViewSonic. It should be about the same because it's the same resolution. ViewSonic next. Zooming into the squares. Yeah, looks about the same. We can look at the bubbles here. They're going by very quickly. Let's look at the letters at the bottom here. Those are more stationary. As soon as it comes back. There we go. Okay, now we'll look at the next LUXEDO. 1280 by 800. A little bit more resolution than the last two. It's kind of hard to see on the screen, but those are smaller pixels. Yeah, that's hard to pick up on my camera. There you can kind of see the squares. And then I think where we'll see the biggest difference though is now with the 1080. I think that's where we'll get the better detail. Here's the 1080 on the Optoma, and there's the squares. It may not be as dramatic as it seems with that point of reference. But what I noticed is the ViewSonic is the one that I started with for our first projection mapping project, and there's a lot of detail in that show, like the door knocker on the front door, and those pixels were so big on the ViewSonic that we were losing some of the cool details. Or we had changing portraits and we couldn't see the faces as good. And then bumping up to the 1080, then we could see those details a lot better. So I'm not sure how well that showed up on my camera, but hopefully that was useful to see the 4 different projectors side by side. And what you might find is that any of these would work. Any of them could make for an amazing show. So I kind of stick with my original recommendation that just get the highest lumens and the highest resolution your budget can afford, and then you're going to have a really cool show.